tired. I just feel the pressure of the thing that I have in mind. I wanted peace, I wanted to be fine. I wonder why I can't adjust it for a while. I really want to see what it looks like. To have a moment I knew that it would be mine. When the windows are all closed, like a picture of a time when the future is a hole you're looking for. Save me from everything. Tell me where to find my way. I'm just looking for something. I can't make it another day. 'Cause I'm falling down, fading away. 'Cause I'm falling down. This is what I know, I just keep running. I was working fast and hard, never thinking about now. But living unhappy thanks to all the things that I have to try. I wanted peace, I wanted to be fine. I wonder why I can't adjust it for a while. I really want to see what it looks like. To have a moment I know that would be mine. Would be mine. Save me from everything. Tell me where to find my way. I'm just looking for something. I can't make it another day. 'Cause I'm falling down, fading away. 'Cause I'm falling down. This is what I know, I just keep running. If I survive, if I am strong, why do I feel I never glow? But I survive, and I'll be strong.
And welcome everybody to some Tuesday night racing action here from iRacing Motor Speedway, the Super Speedway. Crazy long, crazy high banks, crazy high speeds are in for a great show here tonight in this JKR Motorsport 195. But before we get all these festivities all kicked off and whatnot, let's start off here with the United States National Anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Yes, and welcome back as we are under qualifying here with these lovely HCK Beagle racing folks. Man, it's going to be a great show here tonight. I am Alan Brown, and I am joined in the booth, as always, by Mr. Alan English. Alan, how you doing tonight, brother?
It's always a good night when you get to see these trucks out here running. I think Adam agreed with me. It's probably the most fun stock car platform on iRacing. They're forgiving, they're durable, they draft like crazy, and they're going to really need that draft tonight. Is this track that never got built, but luckily we have it on iRacing. It's just an amazing place. These guys are running around out there 210 miles an hour by themselves in qualifying, so we're going to see some good high-speed action tonight and look forward to it.
And down there on pit road, getting ready to watch these cars fly by from the best view in the house, that's Mr. Adam Turner. Adam, how you doing tonight, man?
Awesome, as usual. These guys, HCK Beagles Racing, they got 2 faster pairs, 75% fuel. It's going to be super fast, and I think we might see a fight or two. That's what this track's going to bring tonight.
Yeah, that it just might. This is a very tricky track to get around, especially in the draft. As we take a look at today's race info, thankfully weather will not really be too much of a key. But you know, we'll talk about the as I have to edit stuff here. As we talk about the key to the race here tonight, which is going to be the same as last week, you know, patience, patience, patience. I mean, these trucks can easily go 3, maybe 4 wide here, but you really don't want to be doing that too early on in the race.
Well, you could try that, but I mean, I think a lot of it too is your following distance behind the truck in front of you. As you approach these both ends of this track, turn 1 and 2 and turn 3 and 4, if you can't see too well, and all of a sudden you're going up into this transition, these are pretty harsh transitions into these turns and out of the turns as well. If you're right on the tailgate of the truck in front of you, you really got to know where you're at on the track, because you may end up sliding up the track, and because you don't see the turn coming. I mean, we may see a little bit of that tonight. If you're running 3 or 4 wide, guess where you're going? You're going right into the left door of the guy above you. So hopefully we don't see much of that tonight.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. As we say, a big time thank you to tonight's sponsor, which is JKR Motorsports. For your go-kart chassis needs and custom builds, man, go check them out. Get yourself into that winner circle with a great custom-made go-kart chassis and whatnot. And hey, man, you might as well partner it up with some of the other sponsors we have here with the HCK Beagles. So go give them some love over there. You can find them on Facebook and give them a shout out saying, hey, HCK Beagles sent us over here, and we're looking for a go-kart. So great to have them aboard as well. You can check out the HCK Beagles out on the, so I find my button, on their website, which is that HCKBeaglesRacingLeague.com. Man, talk about a great website to go check out for all that insider information. They've got, meet our drivers, meet our admins, all the contact info and other info that you might need. But not only that, but tonight, guys, we're asking you guys to do something really, really important to everybody here, as the iRacing community is a very tight-knit place. It's when something happens to one of us, man, it happens and affects all of us. Unfortunately, just the other night, one of the racers here in the HCK Beagles League, Matthew Jones, known as Chef Boyardee, he runs one of those great paint schemes for a sponsor that I think ran either last season or is looking at maybe coming back on, but he normally has does a great job out there on the track. He lost some stuff in a fire at his place the other night, and thankfully sounds like everyone's okay, which is the most important part, but it sounds like a few things got destroyed. So what the HCK Beagles are kind of surprising and joining together and doing is if you go to their website here and click this PayPal link, if I can click the link, it'll bring you up directly to their PayPal. Go ahead and send in a little donation to help Matthew Jones out there get everything all back up and running. And while I'm here, you know what? Let's do that. Just send off a $100 donation, and we will say for Chef. You're gonna have to excuse my spelling here. Our Chef Boyardee, and make sure you send it as like a friends and family, so that way everything's good. But not only that, but you can request a receipt because this is kind of like doing a little bit of charity work out there, so they can also send you a receipt. So definitely go help out Matthew Jones as much as you can. Like I said, I mean, this is a tight-knit community, and it doesn't really get more close than getting together here on iRacing.
Yeah, my brother had a similar situation. He lost a lot of his stuff in a fire. And Matt Jones, he's in one of those careers that they're some of the most hardest working people in the world. These chefs, and long hours, and they don't make a killing. So any little bit helps. Whatever you can do to help Matt Jones and Chef Boyardee there. Chef Works, I think, was the sponsor. He was running.
Yeah, that's it.
But won't see him tonight, but he is on YouTube watching. He said, "Let's go, guys!" From the one and only Chef Boyardee. Wish I could be there, but unfortunate circumstances. Good luck. Everyone, may the best racer win, and everybody's gonna definitely be thinking about you tonight, Matt. And good luck. Hope you enjoy watching the race. Get a little bit of something positive out of today, but. We're thinking about you tonight, bud.
That we are, as these drivers have closed off of qualifying and taken to the grid. So let's tell everybody where people are starting here tonight. We're leading it off with the 51 of Joshua Moore, who took pole position there. Same thing with Brad Taylor. He's going to be starting right outside, having a great qualifying time. Paul Ferdiani is going to be starting here in third, with Curtis Critchley continuing his dominance starting here in fourth. You got the 45 of Michael Grenell starting up here in fifth, with the 88 of Zach Staten in sixth. You got Cale Turbeville starting here seventh, with Cody Staten in eighth. Paul Durkee will be starting here ninth, with Justin Lawson rounding out that top 10.
Mark Collins in the 25 will be in 11th. Dusty Smith in the 121 starting 12th. Nathan Stanley in 13th. Albert McBride in 14th. The one of Derek Welch, Numb Thumbs Racing, in 15th. Eddie Murray in the 33 starting 16th. Richard Gray starting 17th. Brandon Coleman starting 18th. The 7 of Rick LePage starting 19th. And rounding out your top 20, Stephen Naylor in the 5.
Eric Story 21st. Derek Puckett 22nd. Kevin Winker, 23rd. Rob Chowdhury, 24th. Brian Skidmore, 25th. Rodney Griffin, 26th. Dylan Ellis, 27th. Austin Johnson, 28th. Andrew Hansley, the 4th, 29th. Stone Hutchinson and Michael Hicks rounded out.
And there you go. That is your entire field here tonight as the pace truck leads them around, getting ready to peel off and come on down pit lane here, which means we are just a few moments away from going green flag racing. The flag is up, ready to go, ready to rumble side by side across the line to get this race started here tonight. Off, running, and down into turn number 1. Joshua Moore, Brad Taylor doing a great job up there at the front, trying to get all these lines going. Man, it looks like that 31 just might have a nose here on that 51, but it now coming out of that corner a little bit, might have lost a little bit of that momentum. As you can see, drivers behind him, man, washing up that racetrack.
Yeah, we saw the same thing with the 22 back in that first turn back there, washed up the racetrack, went all the way up to the wall, just barely missing.
Yeah, and up to 5 and Stephen Naylor did the same thing. That 1 and 3 has a strange dip. You got to kind of hold on to the wheel pretty dang tight here.
Thanks to Carol Hansley for joining us, cheering on Andrew in the 24 on Facebook. Also, Knox Medusa, thanks for joining us again. Good to see you on Twitch. lot of two wide out here. Looks like these guys are kind of getting the hang of it here.
That
Off of each other. A lot of people giving each other room. That's for sure.
Oh, you know that's for certain. And I mean, this track is definitely wide enough as we're going to be three wide up here at the front. And it looks like, man, who is that? The Curtis Critchley all the way out there on that outside. And oh no, we got contact. Oh man, great save.
Cool. Is that the 31 up there, up high?
Oh, I think it might be the 31 of Brad Taylor. What a save from him. He and it was the marked. I think it was the 88.
Yes, you're correct. Yes, sir.
Had a little door banging incident right there, and I mean that's the nature of the beast here at iRacing Super Speedway. But still, fantastic save from both drivers.
Yeah,
Well,
it gets a little crazy here.
Yeah, Matt Jones on YouTube saying, "Man, thank you guys so much. It really means a lot to his family because he's a family man. I mean, it's not easy to have a tragedy like that happen when you do have a family." Kayla Lawson saying, "Let's go, Lawson, McBride, Durkee, and Naylor, and happy birthday to McBride." I guess it's McBride's birthday out there today. Albert McBride in the 22.
Oh, there we go.
Birthday, Albert.
Currently riding around back there in 29th, but plenty of time to make up some ground here as the 6 of Paul Durkee's trying to get this top line back up towards that front, not having a great time of it. But you can kind of see even both lines relatively spread out after the first couple of cars.
Yeah, nothing's really formed up here. It's just kind of like a free-for-all at this point. I think they'll settle in here and maybe tighten it up, but pretty interesting racing.
That transition's just, it's freaking brutal right there.
Oh,
Yeah, well,
man.
1 and
Going
3 are
into,
kind of the
going
same.
into 3. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Albert Anderson says you definitely have to anticipate.
Oh, as we got contact up here at the front, and this is going to be our first caution as we got trucks upside down and sideways.
27 on his roof for a ways there. That was Curtis Critchley. Oh, man, your series leader.
Number 6 took it 3 wide and paid the price.
Well, we got fast repairs for a reason, so we'll get them fixed up and group back up and do it again.
Yeah, Paul Durkee just put it right down the middle, and that didn't work out.
So I tried to get a good viewpoint here. Oh man, yeah, that was a big hit. Just coming up on that. Excuse you? Oh, hold on.
Paul Durkee just came over the radio and kind of took the blame for that when he said, "Yeah, it's kind of my bad." He kind of shoved it up the middle there.
Coming up with a big time run there. And it looked like Critchley jumping up to that outside, maybe to do a little block, but took it 3 wide, and man, you can just see the helter-skelter that went on.
Yeah, there were some cars. They would definitely be, I think, deceased at this point if it was real. It was some pretty strong hits out there.
And Durkee was getting pushed. I mean, he was moving. If he tried to lift right there, it would have caused him to wreck too. I mean, he was kind of wasn't really anything he could do there, I don't think. Yeah, if he would have got out of it, I guarantee that whoever that was pushing him, I didn't get a good look there. They would have definitely sent him around. These trucks, you get into the back of them pretty good like that, they're going to go around. There's no mistaking about it.
Yeah, well, might as well have it happen early rather than late, so you can get that thing fixed up and back out there.
Yeah, Blaine Wilkes with the caution count again tonight. Thanks for joining us, Blaine. A big skinny number to start with, number 1. I'm sure we'll see some more.
What about caution predictions? Be a whole nother thing.
Oh, maybe our social media folks can help us out there. You guys out there listening and watching, give us a prediction. How many cautions on this deal? Let's see what you guys say. This is, how many laps is this? 65? God,
Yeah, 65.
I'm going to say we're going to have 7.
Oh, jeez. Hey, a full touchdown, huh?
I'm wrong. Yeah, I think we're going to get a full touchdown.
I'll go with 4.
4?
Yeah, I mean, they're pretty spread out. I guess they weren't at the front, but
Well, I was just doing it based on how many laps we got done, how we got left to go. We shall see.
Yeah,
lost
that
my,
we shall.
lost
Yeah,
my live timing.
yeah, my live timing crashed or something.
What? Yeah, it's technical issues. We'll just make stuff up as we go without that. That thing actually helps us out quite a bit.
Well, Kevin Winker in the 42 is up 20 spots right now.
Ooh.
That caution definitely not hurting his chances. Definitely got him moved up. Albert Anderson on Facebook says, if the 22 of McBride's first name is Albert, that's who I'm pulling for.
He's going just with the Albert.
Yeah.
I like that. That's not a bad strategy.
Albert's got to stick together, I guess.
What's Richard Gray doing? He's up 6 spots. It's good on him. Early on.
And Michelob Machine making some moves. He loves this pack racing stuff, man. If you ever talk to Richard about it, he'll tell you that's his deal. He loves these super speedways. He's in the right league to do it for sure. Got a couple of trucks a lap down. And we got 1 to green here, so we'll get them side by side here as the lights are off on that Chevrolet Silverado pace truck. That's an 8-foot bed Silverado. And they went all out, didn't they?
Is that they got the long bed on this thing or what?
Yeah, got the long bed on that pace truck. Looks like it anyway.
Hmm.
I don't think that's a 6.5. I think that's an 8-foot bed on that truck.
Well, they may be hauling car parts out of this thing after during all the crashes. They may need it.
No, it's the angle I was looking at. That's a 6.5. Anyway, he can fit some bags of kitty litter back there if he needs to go down and get some for his crew.
Yeah, he's probably already spent about 30 at bags so far. We'll see what we got left here.
Yeah, don't forget to, if you decide you want to help Matt Jones out with this tragedy that his family's going through, go to HCK-BeaglesRacingLeague.com. Find the link to the PayPal. Make sure you're doing to friends and family. Donate whatever you can, and make sure you put a note in there what it's for. That it's for Matt Jones' fun there for his family. Fire is just a terrible thing to have to go through, but looks like we're getting ready to go back green here in just a second. Oh, they added a lap of caution to help bring the field back up, so we'll do 1 more lap around here.
All right.
Yeah, it's such a long track. It's kind of hard to catch up at some point.
Yeah.
So that's about par for the course for iRacing Super Speedway. While they're doing that, I'm looking at the HCK Beagles Racing League page and meeting the admins. Look at Eddie Murray out there, the baseball player. He's got a dog. And it looks like a beagle. Gregory Turner's on there. Really cool that they have their own page and you can kind of see who these guys are.
Hey, can you guys hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Got myself muted there for a second.
Yep. Nope. As I'm still sitting here trying to get all the things back up and running, and yeah, first technical issue with this stuff.
Well, thanks to Numb Thumbs gaming community for joining us on YouTube as well. They're on there cheering for the Numb Thumbs racing team out there who's running tonight. They said there's going to be about 9 cautions. Oh, I hope you're wrong there. But it's not far off from what I guess. But Carol Hansley says 6. So a little variety out there. 6, 7, 9.
Man, that's some good numbers.
How many did you say, Turner?
I'd already forgotten. 4?
All right, I forgot 4.
Yeah, I
4,
think.
5.
Well, here they go with Staten leading the way, getting a big run on Bay Area Rob and Kevin Winker up there, but they're going to be able to close that gap. Maybe working a little bit together there. Some kind of the OGs here in this HCK Beagle Racing League, so you can see that he was able to slide right back down to that bottom line, and that's going to leave the 64 out there with really no help whatsoever.
Yeah, Zachary Staten, after getting involved in a little fender bender with the 31 earlier, leading this race out there with a straight truck. So apparently didn't take any aero damage. He leads that bottom line right into this next turn here. Man, look at the wash up of the 51.
And that's what that turn does to you right there. That there's just a little bump on 3 if you're not holding it right. And the same as in turn 1. We'll see here if we get anybody wash up the track.
Yeah, that 51, that patriotic 51 Muhlenberger Custom Homes paint, that Chevrolet took a dive to the upside of that track quick. Man alive, that looks scary out there.
When they're only going 220 miles an hour in a truck.
I'm telling you, man, that's got to be hairy. You ever get the chance to watch one of these? Oh man, there goes the 88 and the 25. We got a big
we
wreck.
got a big one.
57's upside down in the fence.
Oh Lord.
Oh man,
Ooh,
Kevin Winker not happy on the radio.
Angry. Hey, it happens, man. And that was the transition right there.
Yep.
In 3, you can't run that tight. There's just no room for air there. And obviously, that was shown right there.
Yeah, Super Slippery Frog joining us on Twitch saying, I hope this is a good race. I hope it gets better because it's...
25 came down on the 88, looked like, with that transition in 3, and
Ooh.
took the whole field.
Who is that? Is that the 27 that ended up turtled there?
Yeah, 27 upside down.
Ooh, somebody was flying. That was cool. Well, if you survived that, you did pretty good. Looked like Richard Gray did, and Rob Chowdhury. And that 49ers machine, I don't want to talk about that.
A bunch of guys towing because this is a... It takes a while to tow around this joint.
Yeah, that
They're
it
gonna
does. Who's the current leader? Because I can't.
Cale Turbeville is your current leader. 64 truck out front. At least last time they crossed the start finish.
It does look like he is sitting out there.
Is that the Omicron I just heard?
No, that's just some seasonal junk.
I think I got another Omicron attack here at the house, so...
Oh, man.
Oh man. Well, so we're gonna have to change things up just a little bit here. We're gonna kind of move it towards a I don't know what you want to call it. Let's call it a radio broadcast here as we.
A little primitive action, but we still got video. We just don't have any scoring right now, it looks like.
Yeah, so we're going to flip it to this because I have to, unfortunately, close my simulator. At least this way, you guys can all still hear us and whatnot. Unfortunately, it's just a black screen for just a second. Don't worry, I will have this hopefully back up and running any second now.
Oh, this is what happened in the 50s, man. We're telling a story, so it's story time. They're
Albert
coming
Anderson.
out of the pits.
Albert Anderson, just so you know, they do have 2 fast repairs. And yeah, they're going to be using them tonight. A few of these guys have already used 1, and a couple of trucks, I believe, have already used 2. So They may want to play it safe here.
Yeah, they're all coming out of the pits. If y'all are listening in Radio Land here on
So Caleb,
lap 13.
Rob Chowdhury, the Bay Area Rob in that 49ers truck, that golden red machine, Chevrolet, up there sitting in second place. He started back in 24th position and stayed safe and worked his way up there. Yeah, I can see why you don't want to talk about the 49ers.
They rolled America's team. What an embarrassment!
Man, they haven't been America's team, and
No, they're still
Freaking
America's
since the
team.
90s.
No,
So
it's still going on today.
And the
Yeah,
15 of Cody Staten will be starting right behind Turboville. He'll be starting inside row number 2. Derek Puckett will be starting to his outside. Rowdy Derek Puckett in the 8 truck.
Yeah.
So we have some side by side. HCK Beagles Racing League says the feed went out. Yep, we're doing a little restart. We're having some technical issues, but we're going to get that fired right back up for you.
Yep. But you can hear us, so that's the most important part, I would assume, right?
Yep, a couple of trucks getting their lap back to the outside. That'll be Kevin Winker and it looks like Stone Hutchinson maybe, and Zachary Staten. So a few trucks getting a lap back here. As we come around, we should have one to go here. That's a good thing we're doing the restart during a caution. Not missing a whole lot here.
No, the lights on the pace truck are off. We'll see if they continue to stay off.
Super Slippery Frog says, so lucky this is not real. Oh, man, there'd be hearses out there right now picking up folks.
Yeah.
Not an ambulance.
Like they used to race in the 30s when they, it'd be common to have 2 or 3 of them just die, I mean, that's what happened early part of racing.
Derek Welch said he got knocked out already. Fast repair didn't work. I've, not just had them not work. I've forgotten to check the box before I got in my stall before, and that messed me up.
That is an issue. This looks like Brown. Are you back connected, or are we still kind of waiting?
I'm still loading in here.
The pace truck is down.
Ooh, this is fun. Let's
here
do
we
it.
go. Cale Turboville will lead as we get the green flag. We got the green flag flying. Cale Turboville leads them down with Rob Chowdhury on the outside. These guys are neck and neck going into turn 1. Cody Staten coming right back on the back end of the 64, giving him a pretty good little push.
Yeah, Richard Gray back there too.
408's washing up the track. Rowdy Puckett's making it 3 wide with Michelob Gray in the 408.
Man.
The 51 pushing the 110 of Gray. Here comes the 66 on the outside of Rowdy Puckett. Continuing that 3 wide action. He's getting a great push from the 27 of Curtis Critchley. A lot of 3 wide action. Oh, 2 trucks are going around. That's the 8 and the 110 just wrecked each other. The yellows back out as they crash into the outside wall.
Yeah,
Richard. Take a look, make sure I've told you right. Yeah, that's the 8 and the 110 got together right in the middle of the racetrack, trying to occupy the same position, and they just went around, went down onto the apron, couldn't get it slowed down, went up across the track and collected a couple more trucks. Sorry there, Turner.
No, I mean, you're screaming at me. I don't know what to say.
I'm sorry.
But Richard did get, it's harder doing that job, isn't it? We take Brown
I don't
for
see how
granted.
Brown does it, especially when he calls dirt races. That's got to be rough.
Yeah, Richard kind of made it around there with minimal damage. I think he can get it fixed, but that's a little more unfortunate for some of the other guys.
Yeah, it looks like Richard stopped short of his pit stall. He is stopped in the middle of pit road. I'm not sure what's going on right there. He's parked kind of outside and in front of the 8. I don't know if he's simulating getting out of his truck and going to scream in the window of the 8.
Let's hope so.
His window net's still up, so I'm not really sure there.
That would be actually cool.
Looks like he's trying to block him coming out of the pits or something. I wish I could give you a better visual, but
He could have just died there. I'm not sure.
so when they crossed the line, or when the yellow came out and they froze the field, Paul Ferdiani was actually your leader, just ahead of Cale Turbeville by about 0.2 of a second. So Paul Ferdiani right now being scored as your race leader as they come around under caution. This is what, the third? I believe this is the third caution. Blaine.
At least. I don't know. It is 3.
This is the third, yes.
Yeah, Richard Gray's still sitting there. I don't know what he's doing. He might have just got frustrated and left.
Carol Hansley saying, "Hey, can I change the number of cautions, I guess?" You may. Yes, ma'am. But a couple of more guys getting a lap back here as they take advantage of the caution here. Pretty liberal with the wave arounds here.
That's always fun.
But so far, I guess your biggest mover of the race so far, it looks like a tie between the 5 of Stephen Naylor and the 54 Brandon Coleman. Both of them are up 13 positions. Oh, so is Kevin Winker. Kevin Winker's sitting your last car of the top 10 truck. I'm sorry, 42 truck sitting in 10th, started way back in 23rd.
As we have visual back here once again with the HCK Beagles Racing League.
Well, that's amazing. Hey,
All right,
please,
good
thank
job.
God you're back. English doesn't yell in my ear anymore.
I'm
Oh my
sorry.
God. It is really getting a little wild out there, English. Let the professional come in and let this thing happen.
Dr. Shakalulu says he can't see anything just yet on the YouTube, I believe.
May have to reload the YouTube, maybe? I don't know. Just a guess.
Oh,
that's what the
there
computer
it
guy
goes.
always says.
They say there it goes.
Yeah.
Looks like back. Okay, cool.
Yeah. You know how you call the IT guy, he says, "Oh, I just unplugged. Yeah, have you unplugged it? Have you turned it off?" Yeah, hey, yeah, you clown. I've already done that, or I wouldn't have called you.
Every time I call a cable company, did you leave the modem off for 5 minutes?
Hold on.
No,
No offense to any IT guys out there, but we understand how to unplug and turn off, okay? Most of us.
Before I went over the road driving, that's the first thing I told my mom. Is like, if there's ever any technical issue, try unplugging it and plug it back in first.
It's amazing how much stuff that fixes.
Yeah, don't have to call, the head of IT. Just, start wiggling cables and turn off and on and whatever.
Yeah. Well, all right. So, when the video feed died, we were under caution, and now that we're back, we are under another caution. But hopefully these guys will start getting this sorted out, figuring out what they can and can't do out there. Man, that wash-up's just crazy when you get into the turns. Albert was talking earlier about having to anticipate it, and he's really right.
Did these trucks get an update within the last couple of weeks since the last time they've been here? Because I don't remember it being this bad.
Good question.
They were washing up, but not as much as this. This is crazy.
I did not look at any release notes recently. I don't know.
But either way, the pace truck making that dive off down into pit road, getting ready to go back to green flag racing here. You got Paul Ferdiani up front with the 27 of Curtis Critchley on his outside. Side by side they go as they go across the line. The 27 is actually going to hang back just a little bit and be able to tuck in right there on that bottom line. So not a lot of help out there. It looks like maybe the 51 of Joshua Moore might be kind of stuck out there all by his lonesome, but definitely not for long, as it looks like Cody Staten is going to be out there leading that outside line charge.
Yeah, he followed his teammate out there. They're going to try to make that outside line work. Scott Langford saying, Team Turbeville. I appreciate you joining us, Scott. Got some teammates out there working. Look at that violent transition. The 54 washing up and able to stay off the 15. That's just a violent transition. There's really no other way to describe it. It's just jarring.
Yeah, you got the 51 and the 15 trying to work together. Just those two trucks doing a heck of a job pushing their way up through to that front. But man, that 51 getting a little bit of that wash as they went into turns 1 and 2. That kind of broke their little draft train and lost a big chunk of momentum. But they're going to be able to get it back here. They have some help sneaking up on them here too. They got the 121, Dusty Smith working his way up. Oh boy, we also got a truck maybe peeking to make it 3 wide, but tucking back into line for right now. That's the 42 of Kevin Winker.
Yeah, I think they're kind of adjusting to those turns 1 and 3. First of all, you probably need to lift just a hair and no side draft in those corners, man, at all.
So the 66 got a little too far out in front of Curtis Critchley, and that allowed those Team America teammates to come around the 66 of Paul Ferdiani in that EV Motorsport Chevrolet.
Their problem, though, is they left Kevin Winker out there almost all by his lonesome as Paul Ferdiani now moving up to that high line, trying to catch back up onto the run here as we got some wiggling going on down on that bottom row. We're going to be 3 wide here right in the middle. Curtis Critchley not liking what he sees as we got a little door bang there between the 31 and the 27.
So 3 teammates in a row right behind Paul Ferdiani here as he continues to lead this once again. Yeah, a little bit of merry-go-round action going on out there. As Cody Staten kind of moved to the outside. He might be just trying to cool off a little bit.
You did a great job out there trying to push the envelope here and get up to that front with that help from the 51 of Joshua Moore. And they're doing a heck of a job out there now as got a few more laps under green flag racing under their belts. And you also got the 88 of Zach Staten there on that inside line where I think all of his teammates are up there on that outside.
So Adam, this team action, we're really seeing it work tonight. These teammates in iRacing, they're all in the same chat channel, so they're able to talk to each other and strategize and say, hey, okay, Cody, jump up and get in front of the 121, kind of hold that line as we're trying to work down here. Really the team concept is really a big part of this racing.
Oh, that's what makes it fun too. You kind of have team rivalries, stuff like that. And, this isn't, I talk about it a bunch, it's not just turning left like a moron or anything. There is strategy involved, you know what I mean? It's just not turn left, hit the gas like, the Flintstones. There's actually a little bit of brain power put in here. And I know these Team America guys do a lot of working together, and that's what they're doing right now.
Curtis Critchley, that refined Motorsports number 27, just trying to hang out in that outside line right now because it seems to be working for some guys. They're pretty tight up there. They're keeping a pretty tight group up there with the 121, the 27, and the 54 machine, that Mack Tools truck, that Ford F-150. Looking to the outside here, making it 3 wide. That's Brandon Coleman in that Ford up high. Don't know if that's going to work out for him. It looks like he might be forced to jump back down here if he can find a hole.
Yeah, it looks like he did, and it looks like they're kind of getting used to those violent transitions is what you're calling them. And they're kind of, hey, we probably need at least a truck length difference between us on some of these corners.
Yeah, probably not the best place to try to do a side draft of any kind. Colin Cook saying, let's go Numb Thumbs Gaming. Thank you, Colin, for joining us on YouTube.
Cody Staten made quite the move there, dumping down into first and turn 1. See what happens here with him.
He'll be leading this race for now. Paul Ferdiani right on that tailgate.
Man, you ain't kidding. To also talk about that 121 of Dusty Smith leading that outside line charge. He's doing a great job up here at the front, up 23 spots from where he started here today. And it's definitely showing he's been patient and has been avoiding those wrecks by the looks of it. And he's finding himself up here towards the front as Curtis Critchley giving him a big push. And look at the run the outside line's got.
Yeah, they got a huge run for sure.
Oh, man, look at that wash up. That's the problem with pushing that hard, though. You can't see the corners and the bumps that are coming up, and you just go way up the track.
Yeah, he got lucky he could get back in the line there. Oh, Critchley.
Dusty gridded 12th. I think when the timer reset, it took current positions. So that might be what we're seeing there.
Oh, okay.
There goes Dusty Smith, the 121, way up by the wall.
And it looks like he might be falling back, dropping to the end, giving other people chances to lead this thing. So the 15 of Cody Staten's leading the charge with the 42 of Kevin Winker right behind him. But here comes Paul Ferdiani. He's coming up with Curtis Critchley now.
Yeah, he missed being in the lead, didn't he? He's got some help with that Canadian pusher back there in that refined Motorsport Chevrolet, Curtis Critchley.
Yeah, look at all those American flags on the tail, the beds of those trucks, all on the inside line working together.
Man, oh man, and they are working together, but almost not as good. Oh boy, that was close, but able to stay clear was the 27 and the 66. So both trucks able to move down to that bottom line and continue this charge. And now they've got a pretty good pusher there with Cody Staten there. So you got 15 trucks all working together, maybe trying to push the pace a little bit. Say, hey, let's get this party, rolling a little bit quicker here, boys, and. Maybe we'll drop some of these slower guys off the back.
Check out Brad Taylor. He got that minor damage repaired on that 31 Ford, and he is back up. Looks like he's in a battle right now for about 7th or 8th place. Kind of got stuck on the outside there. Kind of lost some ground on the 54, who he was tailing.
That he is, as you can also see the. You can see the 31 there popping out to that outside line. Really not much going on the outside now. Everyone's trickling their way to that bottom line, but he's going to catch right on up to that 54 of Brandon Coleman and maybe get these two guys up here to the front, and he's going to give him a big old shove.
Nathan Stanley in that Moon Pie number 67 None Thumbs Gaming Toyota. He was one of them we saw up in the fence earlier doing some flips and stuff. Done some recovery. Right now, he's sitting in about 10th spot.
They're finally
Toyota's running out here.
Is it a Toyota? A Toyota? What are you calling it? A Toyota?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Oh, as here comes Paul Ferdiani down into the pits.
That's kind of a surprise move there.
Yeah, he dumped down.
Earlier? Yes, he did. Yeah,
he may not have, expecting maybe another caution here, but we've been green flag racing, and we're almost to that halfway point. And I don't know exactly the last lap these guys all came down to pit for fuel, but I'm sure they're not too far off from coming down into the pits themselves.
Sounds like some chatter. They're going to pit. I bet we are at the end of our fuel window here. You're driving 220 miles an hour, 75% fuel, so that stuff will burn up quick.
Oh, yeah. You can look at it. All those trucks pulling on down. You got Cody Staten, Kevin Winker, Zach Staten, Joshua Moore, Paul Durkee. So you got Team America flying down and going in and getting their pit stops all done all together. And we've seen it here as well. It doesn't take that many trucks to actually get to that full kind of drafting speed or whatever. It only takes like 3 or 4, and you got yourselves a fast moving pack. So with all those guys, as long as they can come out of those pits all together, everything should be all right.
I did not think we'd be seeing any green flag pit stops here about halfway, but pleasantly surprised. iRacing Super Speedway green flag pit stops. Pretty cool.
I think this is the first time we've seen green flag pit stops this season, as we got another group of people coming down. Actually, it's just Dusty Smith.
Yep, Dusty Smith in that 121 truck coming down. Albert Anderson he said, I love all the patriotic paint schemes people run. I'm looking at Cale Turbeville's Oreo paint with the chrome and everything on it. That's a pretty sharp paint job.
You're just hungry. You want some Oreos? It is a cool paint, though. I agree.
Yeah, man, I'll tell you who else is hungry. That's that 27 of Curtis Critchley as they come back around and lap those guys that had just came into the pits, that Team America. So you can see about how long a pit stop's going to take here. And they did get out of the pits pretty much all together. So they're going to be able to group on up and, you know, maybe catch on into the back of this little main drafting pack that we got going on. As we got a few more guys coming down into the pits, but still waiting for the vast majority of this field to make that dive down.
And Charlie Anderson on Facebook pulling for Kevin Winker, the 42. Thanks for joining us also. Yeah, man. Do you think the green flag pit stops you think we'll see some more green flag action, because it's going to spread the field out quite a bit?
Man, that's what I'm thinking.
I'm not sure. It looks like Nathan Stanley in the 67's come down early for his pit stop. He didn't want to make that hard transition, looks like. So he's coming around on the apron to get to the pits.
Double check. I'm not sure he has any teammates out there left that are still running. Let me double check that real quick. Now he's got Mark Collins and Richard Gray out there. Maybe he can hook up with one of them.
He took the conservative route, which I don't blame him for. Yeah, a moon pie truck. That's something to make you hungry right there.
Oh, I used to eat so many of them things. I mean, they keep for a couple of years, so I mean, you find one in your glove box. You know, it doesn't expire for a couple more years. You know, it's good.
Yeah, they were invented during, like, you know, when we were dropping nuclear bombs. We had nuclear fallout shelters, so they had to make it last. You know.
I don't like the yellow ones, the banana flavor. You ever eat the banana flavor ones?
I have, and it was like a surprise. I didn't realize what I got into until it was too late.
As we got a few more takers down pit road here, Brad Taylor and Michael Reynolds all making that dive down. We're actually starting to see a little bit of a split here. You got Curtis Critchley, Brandon Coleman, Cale Turbeville up there at the front with the 408 of Rob Chowdhury, Bay Area Rob, all working together. And you've got those Team America drivers coming up on their outside. They're all grouped together trying to make a pass, get the lap back the hard way, which would actually be really good for their cause when these main leaders have to come down and pit still. That's going to give them a great opportunity to maintain that kind of lead when everything cycles around us. Here they go, diving down into pit road. Looks like the 408 of Bay Area Rob staying out there, though.
Critchley and Coleman just came down onto that apron. Then trucks just slam. It looks like they almost bottom out when they slam down onto that apron like that. But able to get them slowed down to make their pit stops here.
Yeah, slowing the car down, the truck down from like 200 miles an hour, slamming it down into pit road is not an easy task at iRacing Super Speedway.
It's probably not something they practiced a lot, green flag stops at this track, but they're getting a crash course in it now, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yes.
man, they're moving around quick now.
So
You
this
are not
turned
kidding.
out to be a better race than it looked like it was going to be. Albert Anderson saying somebody definitely got a speeding penalty on that one. He didn't think somebody get blowed up.
As that crew of Critchley and all the others coming out of pit lane right now. You had Brandon Coleman there as well. Right now, Rob Chowdhury, though, still technically in that lead, has yet to come down into the pits, as Dylan Ellis now coming down into the pits. So just one more driver to come in to complete that cycle, and he's just hanging on to that draft of those Team America guys.
Yeah, he's really, really hoping for a caution right now, so he can come down and basically get a freebie, as he's lapped, let's see, all but 5 of the other trucks. So he's half pedaling it, I guarantee you, riding behind these Team America guys.
Well, those 49ers really have some tricks up their sleeves, don't they?
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah, I don't know. Not real happy.
But yeah, to Albert Anderson's point, if somebody did get a speeding penalty back there, which we'll see who ducks back in to serve a penalty, you have to serve that under green. So you're going to lose a lot of ground. You're going to lose a lap at least. So that's man, that's going to hurt.
As we do have a little bit of a chase pack trying to form up here. You got Brad Taylor, Paul Durkee, Paul Ferdiani, and Rodney Griffin all working together, trying to catch back up to those Team America boys, and hopefully catch back to that back bumper of that 408 of Rob Chowdhury, who has essentially lapped, the entire field.
408 just said on the radio, I'm coming down. So he'll be pitting this time. He's got traffic around him. That's why he radioed, just to let guys like the 27 know, hey, man, I'm pitting. I don't want to – give me some room. I don't want to wreck you.
Oh, man, that transition is rough.
That wasn't pretty going down on the pit road, was it?
Man, he did a good job to hold it, though. So he's coming in to complete his pit stop here on lap 38, going on to 39. That's going to leave the 15 of Cody Staton out there in the lead with Team America all lined up behind him, plus one extra. That is that 27 Canadian of Curtis Critchley. He's hanging on to the back of this little lead pack going on of 5 trucks. And once when they get back going around here, they should be able to make it back around Rob Chowdhury and pass him for the lead here.
You got another good-sized group back here running single file, being real patient, for about, what is this? This is around 10th place or so to 13th place. You got Skidmore back here. Let's see, the 97 of Rodney Griffin. The 6 of Durkee. 31 of Brad Taylor. And Paul Ferdiani. All these guys running in a tight group here, just staying in each other's draft. They're giving each other room, but they're still turning really fast laps here all together. Still in the mid 220s. These trucks are lightning fast.
You are definitely not kidding, as we'll continue to watch the situation with that to see if they can't try to close that gap just a little bit, as Bay Area Rob able to come out of the pits and not be absolutely, end of the field here, but he has lost that main pack's draft, so he's kind of in no man's land here, waiting on Paul Durkee to catch up to him in that pack, and hopefully he can jump on with them, and who knows, maybe catch right back on up. You also got Curtis Critchley out there still hanging on, and you got Brandon Coleman. Looks like he's got some help there from Cale Turbeville. Those two trucks are working their way around this track. They're doing a heck of a job together here. I'm looking at their little average lap times. They're not too far off the pace. I think one more truck and they might be able to catch on up.
That's something. Them guys working together really well. Got a little natural flow going, it looks like. Thanks once again to JKR Motorsports. They're your go-kart experts out there in North Carolina. If you race go-karts and you need some service, you need a custom build, just look them up on Facebook, give them a shout. They'll definitely help you out. JKR Motorsports.
Yeah, if you do that.
These guys are doing one heck of a job here, aren't
Yeah, tell them AAA and HCK Beagles sent you. Let them know.
As we sit back here with the 75 of Brian Skidmore, man, it looks like that chase pack kind of splitting out too wide there. Maybe caught a run on something and trying to spread things out. Sorry as I'm yelling because the truck is very loud in here, and but they're doing a great job trying to keep it all together, trying to catch back up to that lead pack. But man, it's going to be a tough task to do, especially if we don't get another caution out here.
Yeah, but we've seen packs of three trucks really make a lot of ground, in this series. So hopefully they can form up and catch the leader, so to speak, and Hey, Brown, you're not yelling as bad as English did earlier. That was, man,
Sorry,
I'm a little rattled still from that.
Yeah, radio mode. Sorry, man. As the leaders come up on the 45 truck of Michael Reynolds and the 22 machine of Albert McBride, as they're going to lap down to the Team America leaders here.
Yeah, which is still being led out there by the 15 of Cody Staten. This is going to be one of the things you need to watch out for, though, is will they be able to make it to the end? You know, these guys all pitted on lap 30, 31 mark. Other than Curtis Critchley out there who pitted on lap 35, can they make it to the end on fuel here as we got 22 laps to go? And I know the person, if any of them, who definitely won't be able to make it, that's that 15 of Staten, because he's been breaking this air for everybody sitting right there behind him.
Yeah, he's had the pedal mashed all the way to the floor, and guys like Josh Moore and Kevin Winker are back here. You know, they're 3/4 throttle at most, just staying pace with him. So, but that's the great thing about having this big team up here is, you know, if they really wanted to, they could rotate around if they wanted to kind of level the burden out.
Yeah, or they have a plan and they're sticking to the plan, and they're going to let him. You know, he's the bake to the shake.
There you go. Yeah. That's a great analogy.
Yeah. And you know what? The person who does the sacrifice bunt never gets enough credit. It's always the person on base for making it, you know, to the next base. It's never the guy who sacrificed the out to move his position player forward. I know you like those baseball references, so threw that one in there.
Yeah, inside baseball right there.
Beautiful.
Yeah, somebody's got to lay on the sword at some point. Maybe that's his deal. I don't know. Maybe they have another plan to go in and hope we have another caution, but we've been caution free for a while.
And that we have, and especially now that we're kind of splitting the field here with just, you know, a few different groups. You got this main group up here. You then got those two trucks of Cale Turbeville and Brandon Coleman together. You know, they're probably going to be working together, really not pushing the issue here, so they're probably not going to wreck. And then you also got that Chase pack who's been working really well together back here, who seem to be adding a few more trucks here, whether they might be laps down or whatnot as they continue to drive around. Same thing with Dusty Smith back here in 14th. He's leading around a little bit of a charge here of like 4 or 5 trucks trying to get everybody all grouped back.
Yep. Another thing you want to do too is go to HCKBeaglesRacingLeague.com. You can read driver bios there. You can see the standings, the schedule. You know, read about the admins. They have sponsor information on there. And most importantly tonight, they got that PayPal link up. They're still thinking about their buddy, Matt Jones, Chef RD. He's executive chef and owner of the Ghost Kitchen in Atlanta, Georgia. And recently had a pretty bad fire at his place. And click on that PayPal link. Send what you can, help Matt out. I know it's after the Christmas season. A lot of us are tapped out, but just every little bit helps. Do what you can. This iRacing community is really tight-knit. Everybody's trying to look out for each other, especially in these crazy times in this world we're living in. So thoughts are with you, Matt. Hope you get everything back to normal soon. I know it's rough with a crazy, stressful career like what you have. So we're thinking about you.
And Team America is just ripping through it right now. We got the one Canadian hanging on in the back right behind him. I bet he has a move for these American guys.
Well, I'll tell you what, he seems to work well with just about everybody. Curtis Critchley in the 27 truck. He seems to pretty much work with whoever he needs to work with out there. He seems like he's pretty content just to ride around back there and until he can get a little bit of help. But it's really hard to deal with a team of 4 guys right in front of you that that are all in the chat channel together. You know, these guys have team communications.
Yeah, it's a smart Canadian. You work with your neighbors, man. You're going to have to rely on them at some point.
Yeah, man.
And you can see there on the Facebook feed, HCK Beagles Racing League has very kindly dropped the link there in the chat. So definitely, please go give that a click. You know, in this world, everything made simple is a beautiful thing, and man, just 3 clicks away and you're right there helping somebody out. So definitely go give that link a click, man. Oh, as here comes Team America and Curtis Critchley. So they were not going to be able to make it. They're all coming down here all together, and that 27 of Curtis Critchley is joining them here, as well as the 88. Man, he had to check up big time here. We got a little slow traffic going on 495 heading down through the pits, as Brandon Coleman and Cale Turville still working together out in front here, as that chase pack all comes down into the pit road, thinking, man, this might be our only chance to really catch up to them. I don't think pit strategy is really going to do anything, so let's just follow them in and try to catch them up the hard way, and hopefully a couple of people make a mistake and they're not able to come back out together. Nathan Stanley and Dylan Ellis had stayed out, as well as Curtis Critchley is going to easily drive out, kind of leading that charge from all the people that had pitted. But the problem is no one came out directly behind him. There's a solid 6-second gap before any of those Team America guys even come close to catching up to him. So Curtis Critchley is going to be sitting all alone out there for a little while before people catch up to him.
Winker might have gotten popped for speed. He was either going the right speed and his teammates were all really slow, or they were all going the right speed and he was going really fast. There was a pretty large difference in speed there. Oh, a little bit of contact between the 12 and the 15 on pit road. No damage, though. Looked like they're kind of glitched through each other, maybe. Nathan Stanley's pitting in the 67 None Thumbs Gaming Moon Pie truck.
Has
a whole lot of action on pit road there.
A whole lot of action, as that was our final pit stops of tonight. So that means that was the money stop, as they would say. And Brandon Coleman and Cale Turville still have not come down, however. So I wonder if they think they might be able to make it as a 2-man, or if they're going to just be kind of driving around out there all by the lonesomes, hoping the gap behind to Curtis Critchley and all those guys trying to chase them down is going to be big enough here with 13 laps to go.
Well, once Turboville, who just announced he's got about 3 laps of fuel left, that was about half a lap ago, but once he and Coleman come down, and probably Dylan Ellis, that should pretty much complete the cycle for the lead lap cars, but or trucks rather. But we will see what happens here. But some of the Team America guys are pretty spread out now.
As you got Zach Staten and Joshua Moore working together, trying to catch up to that 27 of Curtis Critchley. You got Brian Skidmore also trying to hang on to the back of these guys to make his way up. He's one of those guys that was from the chase pack. So, man, those Team America guys, not the quickest of pit stops, and allowed some of those chase pack guys back kind of into this race. You also got Paul Durkee trying to chase these guys down with Rob Chowdhury trying to work together here. They've got the 75 of Brian Skidmore leading that charge. Let's see, you got Paul Ferdiani leading a couple guys around here with the 31 of Taylor. You got the 42 of Kevin Winker out there with a dancing partner. Looks like might be the 15 of Cody Staten, so that's his teammate, able to work together here just a little bit as Dylan Ellis now comes down into pit road. So just waiting on that Brandon Coleman and Cale Turboville pit to really see where everybody stands here. But yeah, man, that main crew of Zach Staten, Josh Moore, and Curtis Critchley, who, man, he almost fell off the back of that thing, but he was able to hang on and keep that ball rolling and stay in this lead pack. As of right now, it looks like we got a total of, I call it 4 trucks really in it with a chance to win it here with 10 laps to go the next time they cross that line.
Well, Adam, what do you think about this? We've got Critchley, Skidmore, Rod Chowdhury, Dylan Ellis. There's a couple of trucks out here that just took a light fuel load, didn't get any tires changed. They just took a light load of fuel and got out of there, and it really helped them out as far as track position goes. You're not terribly worried about tires at this track, are you?
No, you're not going to need tires. That's really, I would have thought everybody would have been on that strategy. I mean, you're not really wearing the tires out. You're still going 220 miles an hour. I just put a little gas in the thing and let it rip.
I think some guys might have taken 2 because they put a full fuel load on, maybe. Maybe that's why we're seeing some of the 10-second, 12-second times as opposed to the 14, 15 for 4 tires and gas.
You know, we're also going to see maybe some lap cars come into effect here, because that 27 of Curtis Critchley, he's riding behind the 45 of Michael Reynolds, who is essentially a lap down here, racing up here with the front 2 of Zach Staten and Joshua Moore, two teammates there, and looks like another lap truck's going to be riding around right there behind them as well. So really, it's going to be a question mark of this, top 5. There's really only 3 guys that have a shot to win at this moment, but that could definitely change if a caution does come out here coming up later on.
And Gregory Turner, the boss man, said, man, let's see who can pull this off. This is going to get exciting towards the end, and if it does go green the rest of the way, you're absolutely 100% right. There's only a couple guys that can really pull this off, but we've seen it so many times with these super speedway tracks. It's last couple of laps, people are going to take some crazy risks.
The 45 almost left Curtis Critchley out there high and dry on that outside as they were passing some other lap traffic. Thankfully able to get down and catch back up into that draft as, we got a lap car coming through here with a head of steam going way out wide, able to avoid any contacts there. But yeah, man, it's a big kind of tangled up mess up there at the front as the 45 comes down into the pits by the looks of it. And we take a check back in here with this chase group. You got Brandon Coleman, Cale Turville, Paul Durkee, Rob Chowdhury, Brian Skidmore all trying to work together here. But the problem is they're not all working together that great, because you got the 6 and the 75. It's the 75 wanting to come down, but not quite clear, and the 6 wasn't trying to leave them out there all alone. They're racing too wide, which is not going to help their cause to catch up to these leaders.
Check out Michael Hicks in that 76 truck, that blue and white machine sitting right here behind a couple Team America guys. Michael Hicks has run that truck from 31st place to 11th. He has been clean all night, running that 76 truck up there, trying to make that Toyota get some passes here in late in the game. But trying to bust into that top 10, but he may need a caution to get there.
That he might, as we now have 6 laps to go, and the leaders are approaching that group that had Kevin Winker, Cody Staten, Michael Hicks in it. You also got Dusty Smith in it and Dylan Ellis all trying to work together, but they are definitely losing out on time, losing out on laps, and a caution is really the only thing a lot of these guys out here can hope for.
Yeah, right now you got the Zachary Staten, Joshua Moore, Team America, and then you have Curtis Critchley, Nexus Esports, all in Chevrolets, and they're just kind of running away with it right now. Unless they get a little crazy, I mean, we should be all right.
Yeah, it might be one of those things where I might have said on the radio, hey, guys, being 1, 2, 3 here. If we can keep this thing green, don't get too crazy, don't get too, greedy for a win here. We're all guaranteed basically a podium at this point. So let's just work together. Let the final lap kind of decide it out, but just make sure we can all cross the line.
Steven Naylor in that 5 truck just keyed up on the radio about a lap ago and said, "Sure could use a caution right now." He's one of those guys that's really hoping for something to happen up there so he can go jump in the pits and get back out there and hopefully get a lap back as well.
Yeah, like in real NASCAR, isn't that magic how the caution happens when certain people need it?
I don't want to talk about that because
Just saying, it could.
Oh man, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, if it's a certain guy, they're like, all right, yeah, put it out. So let's throw a caution for him. But
Oil on the track.
yeah, we got some of the big money drivers out there.
Debris.
Say, oh man, I see something. I see something.
There's a water bottle out there. Throw
If
the
you're one
flag.
of guys running for wear or something, they
Yeah.
ain't listening to you.
Yeah, they'll take the hit. Probably get a little extra in their pocketbook on the side.
Well, here we go. 3 laps remaining here. Staten, Moore, and Critchley still your top 3. Really no ground being made up by that chase pack led by Brandon Coleman back there in 4th. If anything, they might actually be losing a little bit of ground here very, very slowly. And you know what? I got to attribute it to some of these lap cars that are actually being very nice here. They're not up there trying to, race these guys too wide. Maybe drag them back. It might be a case of just some sportsmanship, letting these 3 race them out and whatnot. But man, if I was one of these lap cars, I'd be like, man, I'm gonna try to get my lap back. I'm gonna go too wide. If it slows them down, it slows us down. So be it. Let everybody back up and cause mayhem. And who knows? Maybe I get a wave around, give myself a shot at a win here. If green, white, yellow, or green, white checker came out or something like that. But now with 2 laps to go down here on the backstretch, next time we cross the line, no more yellows will fly, so time is quickly running out for these drivers.
Yeah, how's it go? Desperate times call for desperate measures. Yeah, you really don't want to be that guy, though, that moves up to try to block some leaders. But you see the 4 and the 8 trying to stick as close as they can to that yellow line to give these guys some room to let them go around. But, the 4 and the 76 trading a little bit of paint. It's kind of hard to judge how far you are from that truck on the outside. I will tell you that, but yeah, it looks like they traded a little bit of paint.
Either way, it doesn't matter because they have taken that white flag. They're heading down this backstretch for the final time as they enter turns 3 and 4. Zach Staten led. And then you got Joshua Moore and Curtis Critchley still right there, nose to tail as we go 2 wide looking. You got Joshua Moore looking to the outside. Here comes Curtis Critchley with a big run on the outside, coming out of nowhere.
Oh, no!
Curtis Critchley steals a win here with a great late pass.
I don't think the boys were on the same page there with the Team America. They kind of let him slide right through.
Good night.
I was watching farther back in the field, watching the 76 kind of side drafting, splitting trucks, moving up the middle, and he wrecked Winker and a couple of other guys.
Let's watch this finish here at the end. You can see the 2 Team America drivers go 2 wide, and out goes Critchley with the biggest run of his life, able to steal the win with all that momentum.
Wow.
Man, that was a heck of an inning. Fun stuff, y'all. Good race.
What a slingshot move.
He shaked and he baked. Great job there, Curtis. Holy crap.
You had a couple trucks smashing into each other because they didn't want to check up, You got to go.
You definitely got to go.
Wow, man. Wow, what a finish.
As we wait for our podium finishers to join us in that podium finisher waiting channel. Man, I don't want to say that was boring. I mean, we had action going on, but man, that finish, that was unexpected.
Yeah, it was. I mean, not just the finish, but just how they ran so many green flag laps after we predicted, doom and gloom, for lack of a better term, about how many yellows they were going to have. And I want to thank all of our partners on Facebook and YouTube and Twitch for joining us. Albert Anderson, one of those guys, saying, great job, everybody. Check him out tomorrow. Vigilante Racing League is going to race tomorrow night, All-Star Race. It's going to be here on M.TV and AAA Broadcasting. And Carol Hansley saying, good job, everybody. She wanted Andrew to do something out there tonight, but just wasn't Andrew's night. Finishes 25th, a couple laps down. Yeah, we got some guys ready for interviews quite yet. They're getting there. They're busy celebrating right now.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I don't think Curtis was able to celebrate because he bombed it and might have destroyed his truck and. Coming through, getting all excited. But you know what? We can start things off with tonight's race winner. That is the 27 of Curtis Critchley, coming out of nowhere with the run of a century to pick up the win here tonight. Man, Curtis, you're definitely one of these guys that week in, week out, if there was a betting odds line out here, I'm putting money on you, man, because you seem to find your way up here into the winner's circle week after week.
Thank you. It's just from experience. The one thing is that the reason I only thought I was going to get second there, because I thought those two guys were going to just stay lined up. But I thought I could get second because I was practicing my runs out of 4 by just backing up in 3 a little bit. But they went sideways, and I wasn't expecting that, so I just kind of tried to key them up so they're both side drafting each other, and then try to make a move on the outside. And I was surprised myself when it clicked over and said I was in first. Like, I was unexpected.
When I saw them go side by side, I said, oh man, here we go. The door's open for you now because you've got that big run, and like you said, you've practiced it. Coming out of 4 and using that outside line to run around people. And hey, these guys are teammates that were running with you up there. But hey, last lap, all bets are off. If they would have just stayed together, maybe they would have some more team points tonight. But man, what a great run. That refined Motorsports number 27 Chevrolet Silverado. We saw you up front so much, and you're a really clean driver, and we appreciate the performance you put on every week. So you ought to be real proud of yourself, and thank you so much, and congrats on that win tonight.
Thank you very much. I got to thank Refined Motorsports, Nexus, for backing me here, and also like to give a shout out to Paul there a bit. We were bump drafting and we made some runs to the front. I don't know what happened with his gas strategy, but I think if we were able to stay hooked up, we could have both had a good finish. But yeah, unfortunate to see what happened to him.
And that talking about the 6 of Paul Durkee there. Yeah, man, it's or were you talking about Paul Ferdiani in the 66?
Ferdiani, yeah.
Paul Ferdiani in that 66. Yeah, he was definitely helping you out there. And I know, like, the beginning of this race, man, it looked like we were going to have quite a few cautions, but it turns out this is our first race so far this season that we've seen not 1, but 2 green flag pit stops happen.
Yeah, that was pretty fun. Able to nail him down. Had to think about a lot of strategy. I ended up trying to pit with Team America just so I could try to guarantee myself top 5 there. But it ended up working out anyways, because 2 of them got a penalty, I think. But if the 2 of them didn't get the penalty, they would have had this race locked down 1 to 4 there. So they just left the tiny window open for me, and I just was able to grab it somehow.
Hey, man, when opportunity opens a window, sometimes you got to jump through it, and that is what you did here tonight. Congrats on the win here once again, and we look forward to seeing what you can pull out of the hat next week.
Let's see. Thank you.
All right, we'll move on down to tonight's second place finisher. That's going to be the 51 of Joshua Moore, who was in it with a chance to overtake his teammate there in Zach Staten, but just not quite enough to keep that charging Curtis Critchley right behind him. Man, Josh, that was a great race all around. I know a little rough kind of there in the beginning, but once when y'all started getting those green flag laps in and those green flag pit stops, y'all were cruising.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed we didn't get the win, but me and Zach got second and third. And congratulations, Curtis, though. It was a good win, good pass.
That's kind of the nature of the beast in, pack racing like this at iRacing Super Speedway. But that number 51 Muhlenberger Custom Home Silverado, we saw you up front a lot. We saw how well your team worked together. But yeah, Curtis told us, man, he said, I've been practicing that run around the outside on the last lap coming out of 4. He really had a plan coming in here. And, you can't not race your teammate on the last lap at the end. I mean, is that kind of how you see it? I mean, I probably wrecked my own brother just to win a race at the end, but that's kind of what he was counting on, I guess.
Yeah, I was trying to back up 3 a little bit to get a little bit of a run on the outside, and I didn't get as clean as a run, and then Zach came up a little bit and got into me. That might have slowed me down, but otherwise, pretty good race.
Yeah, and that's where, as we were sitting here and kind of watching, especially late there, once when it was just you 3 kind of on that late break, was there any special communications going on, whether it be in your team radio or anything like that, just as you were kind of maybe looking at that relative, realizing, hey, we're guaranteed a top 3. We really don't need to do anything until we're coming to the line here. Was that something going through y'all's heads, and were you communicating that to each other?
Yeah, we were talking about it, but Zach said he'd probably go to the win if he was in my position. But yeah.
All right, man. Well, before we let you go, do you got any shout-outs you want to do or anything like that?
Yeah, I want to thank Muhlenberger Custom Homes. Another podium, another second place. I want to thank my parents for watching. And then shout out for the rest of the Team Murica, Cody and Kevin. They got speeding penalties at the end of there and kind of threw it off.
It's terrible when you get those speeding penalties under green, too, because you got to serve them under green, and it's just... it's heartbreaking to see all those trucks running around outside and you're sitting there on a penalty. It happens. I mean, did you think coming in here that y'all have to be practicing green flag pit stops at a plate track? I mean, this is one of the places I would think you'd be pretty safe, saying, well, we're probably going to mostly pit under caution. Is that kind of something that ran through y'all's head or no?
Yeah, especially at the beginning when there was caution after caution. But how many green flag laps did we have at the end there? I was definitely not expecting 2 green flag pit stops there.
Oh, it was a ton. The last half of the race, wasn't it?
I think more than that. Yeah.
The last probably 35, 40 laps. I don't know. It was a bunch.
Fun strategy race, though.
Yeah, well, man, again, congrats. So on the second place finish here for Team America, and good luck next week as you guys continue, and hopefully one of these days we can find you in that winner's circle, man, and not sitting there in second.
Yeah, hopefully. Thanks.
It's Murica.
Team Murica. Murica. I'm New England. We don't do things like that. But we'll move on down to our third place finish here tonight, and that is the 88 of Zach Staten. Finally kind of breaking out of the little bit of slump he was in, coming home in third here. But man, it was looking pretty good for you. You're in that top 3 coming to the line, really kind of a big time breakaway, really no pressure behind other than Josh and Curtis, but man, going 3 wide and just not being able to pick up a win here. Still a solid finish in third, though. What kind of thoughts were going through your head there as you were leading this charge through 3 and 4?
Yeah, so most of the race, at least once we got spread out, we kind of had a plan that we were going to run as a team and just see what happened, and then we kind of got split up on that pit stop. A couple of Cody and Kevin got speeding penalties, so it was just me and Josh, and then we were going through 1 and 2, and I told Josh, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to ask you to not go for it, just don't wreck us going through 3 and 4, and he went up, got a run coming out of 4, and I wanted to block him, but I wasn't going to block my teammate like that. Unfortunately, I think we had a little bit of contact. Might have just slowed him up just enough to let Curtis by and get the win, but we'll take the points. I think that'll put me inside the top 10 here. Start gathering some points here to get in the chase, and we'll reset, and hopefully we'll be good to go.
Well, Zach, you can't have any regrets about a performance like that. I mean, we talked a little bit to Josh about that just now. About if you're running against a teammate, you can't expect them to just let you have it, and you can't all you can do is just try not to wreck each other. And I think y'all definitely understood that. But talk a little bit about earlier in the race. We saw you, and I think it was the 31 of Brad Taylor got together real early in the race. And it didn't bring out a caution. Both you guys saved it. Did you get any aero damage off of that? Because we were trying to look at your truck and see if you got any aero damage, but it looked like it. Was that a net code thing, or did you just luck out and not get any bad damage off of that?
Yeah, you know what? I'm not really sure. I'd have to go back and rewatch it, but I know out of the first 4 or 5 laps, I was getting into the corner, running either that middle of the high lane or just a little bit higher than that, and I couldn't hold it very straight for whatever reason. And then that 31 got shuffled out going down the back stretch, and I had to go at the inside line just because that's where the speed was, and I got in there and definitely got a little loose. I'm not sure if we made contact or anything, but it didn't. I know I had damage because Kevin was behind me under that caution letting me know that I had some damage, but I was still running fine. And then the 25 came down. I don't even know where he was looking and just got into me and wrecked the field. But went in, got to use that fast repair and get all the damage taken care of anyway, and got back up there with my teammates and led the majority of the race. Came up a little bit short tonight, but we'll go get them next time in Michigan, and should be fun.
Yeah, man, it was a solid night pretty much all around for Team America there, and I know got split up there due to some speeding penalties and whatnot, but still a great night for you guys. You got any shout outs and all that before we let you go?
Oh yeah, shout out to my team, Team America. We're coming on strong here, and hopefully we can make a run up to this chase and be a factor to play with here. We're hoping to get all 4 cars in here. So.
All right, man. Well, again, congrats on the P3 finish here tonight, and good luck as this season goes on to you and your team.
I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for all you do.
All right, and that has been the wild ride that is iRacing Super Speedway here, and man, it was not short of a little bit of drama, a little bit of technical stuff, a little bit of everything, man. It had the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah, it was surprisingly clean, and I say that because we all kind of predicted, we're going to see a bunch of cautions here tonight, but what did we have, 3 or 4, like, towards the beginning, and then guess what? The gates opened, and it just, we had green flag racing, at least the last half of this competition, and it was a joy to watch. It was a lot of fun to watch. I know all our folks on Facebook that were watching the stream, on YouTube, on AAA Broadcasting, on Twitch. Everybody was making comments and having a good time. And it really was enjoyable to watch. And you know, this track, if they really built this in real life, it would be extremely dangerous, and they would never do it. But I tell you what, I'm glad iRacing did it, because it made for some fun stuff to watch tonight. 100%.
Man, you're not kidding. And I mean, I know I haven't, and I'm sure you probably haven't either there, Mr. English. But imagine trying to come down pit lane, make that transition from racing surface down onto that apron, doing 220 miles an hour, and you're changing from like a 20-degree banking to dead flat. I mean, we saw them bouncing around as they were trying to come down. So, I mean, just the fact that we really didn't see that many people wrecking it coming down pit road, that just goes to show you the talent some of these guys have.
Just nuts. It's you know, that's another reason why they probably didn't build this place, because yeah, you're going for 228 miles an hour, 230, whatever it is, and just slamming that thing down, and there's just no safe way to do that. And thanks to JKR Motorsports for sponsoring tonight's race, and please go to HCKBeaglesRacingLeague.com. Check out the website, read some driver bios, leave them a little feedback. They got a contact tab there. Do you want to talk a little bit more about the little fundraiser they're doing tonight?
Oh yeah, they made it really, really easy. As we kind of been mentioning all night, our great friend Matthew Jones, Chef Boyardee, he's one of the team owners here for. I think he's still a team owner here for Chef Boyardee Racing.
Yes, sir.
And unfortunately had an incident at home where a fire took out sounds like quite a few things, a few belongings, and I mean one of those is the sim rig and all that stuff. But I mean, important thing is everyone is safe and sound, and they're all healthy and all that. But man, losing stuff in a fire is never easy. So what they're going to do is open up that PayPal, and like I said, nice and easy, just 2 clicks away, and you can make yourself a little donation there to them, to their PayPal. Just leave a little note saying that, hey, man, this is for Matt Jones or Chef Boyardee, and they'll make sure to kind of get those funds out there to them and help them rebuild a little bit here. As man, when disaster strikes a community rises above it together, and iRacing is one of those communities. Man, I know we all got together when our good friend Jimmy was having some medical issues going on, and we all got together and had his back. So man, iRacing's got a great community aspect on that. It's one big family that occasionally might take each other out going for a win, but that's what racing is all about. So go click that PayPal link, go donate what you can, and go spread that love and support. As we now kind of continue to wind this race down, let's go through and head on into our finishing position here. We got Curtis Critchley picking up another win, man. This man is just a winning machine. I'm going to take this guy to Vegas or something. Going to leave there a millionaire. Followed by the 51, Joshua Moore coming in second, just shy with his teammate there from Team America. You got the 88 of Zach Staten. Man, they had a chance at it, but Curtis Critchley just got him at the end. You had Brandon Coleman trying to lead a late charge, chasing Pack in that 54 machine. Just not quite able to get there, finishing in fourth with Rob Chowdhury there in fifth. The 6 of Paul Durkee was having a solid race just about all night long, but kind of just getting split off from the main group there, finishing here in sixth. Same thing with Cale Turbeville. He was having a great night too, just getting split up due to the different pit strategies and whatnot, but still a great run from him. Brian Skidmore tried to chase those guys down as well, finishing here in eighth. You had the 31 of Brad Taylor finishing here in ninth with that 66 of Paul Ferdiani, who did a great job helping the 27 Curtis Critchley up there at the front at the beginning, just being split apart there, coming in 10th. You had Dusty Smith having a great race. We saw him up at the front before he kind of trickled his way back, finishing in 11th. Then you have the rest of the Team America guys. You got Kevin Winker and Cody Staten in 12th and 13th, respectively. You also had Michael Hicks back there trying to work his magic up through this field. And rounding out your top 15 is going to be that 18 of Dylan Ellis.
Yeah, Austin Johnson, we didn't talk a lot about him tonight. That 12th truck stayed fairly clean, as much as he could anyway. Finished a lap down. Worked his way up quite a few spots. Started in 28th, finished 16th. So, Austin Johnson, you ought to be proud of what you did today, taking that 12th truck up as high as you did. The Numb Thumbs racing team member Nathan Stanley in that number 67 Moon Pie machine finished in 17th. Stephen Naylor in the 5, finishing 18th. Eric Stoy in that 4 machine, another guy we didn't really see him much tonight. Way back in the pack, up 2 spots. Didn't really move around a whole heck of a lot, but Eric did finish in 19th, a little bit better than where he started. Derek Rowdy Puckett in that 8 machine. We saw him get in an incident earlier with the 110 in the middle of the track there. Able to still be up 2 spots in 20th. Mark Collins in the 25, another Numb Thumbs guy, finishing 21st. 97 of Rodney Griffin finishing 22nd. Michael Reynolds in the 45 finishing 23rd. Stone Hutchinson in the 10, started in 30th, made up 6 spots in all the madness tonight, finishing 24th. Andrew Hansley the 4th. Miss Carroll was pulling for you tonight, Andrew, but you still finished better than you started, so that's always a win, I guess. The 24 truck finished in 25th. The 110 of Richard Gray, that Michelob Ultra machine, finished in 26th. Fell a few spots from where he started, but there's always next week, Richard. He's one of those guys that loves this plate track racing, so he'll be back. Albert McBride in the 22, finishing in 27th place. Justin Lawson in the 20, your 28th place finishing driver. Rick LePage in the 7 truck, finishing 29th. Eddie Murray in the 33, Special Ed, finished in 30th spot. And Derek Welch had some problems with a fast repair. One of those early cautions around lap 5 or so. Really kind of messed him up. And the 1 machine, the Numb Thumbs racing leader out there, team captain Derek Welch, finished in 31st place.
And that rounds out your field here tonight. We thank you all for tuning in and watching. You all are the reason why we do this and come out here and have a great time. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We also thank JKR Motorsports one more time, sponsoring a great race here tonight. For your go-kart chassis needs and custom builds and whatnot, go check them out. Man, if you want to end up in the winner's circle, I've seen some of their carts. They're pretty dang fantastic, and they'll definitely give you that chance to go pick up a win that you've been always wanting. So go check them out on Facebook and get in contact with them. Tell them that HCK Beagles has sent you on over. For that, coming up tomorrow night, we got a little early start to the broadcasting coming up. We got the Vigilante Racing League's All-Star Race and a Last Chance qualifier for that All-Star Race starting up pretty early tomorrow night. So take a look at our Facebook page at m.tv, because we're going to be putting up a poll here in just a few minutes. Me and English will work together to try to figure that out. And because out of the 5 drivers that get to go on and get into that All-Star Race, man, you, the fans, are the ones that get to pick who that 5th and final person is in. So we're definitely needing your help in deciding that. That poll will close once when that checker flag waves here tomorrow night for that Last Chance qualifier. So be sure to get your vote in early, which is why we're going to be starting this up tonight, so everybody's got all day tomorrow to pick their favorite drivers. For Alan English and Adam Turner, I believe this is when we call it a night. I know Turner's out busy doing some stuff right now, but, until tomorrow, we'll see you on the next one.
We gone.
See ya.